Good morning, my dear hearts. This has been devastating, I know, but I wanted to come on and talk to you. So there's been a part of me that I don't talk to the public about. It's hard to explain, and it's hard to understand even for myself, but here it is. When I was 22, I think, years old, I was approached by a coven. This is what they consider witches in a coven who study paganism, this, that, and the other. And I was approached back then to come study with it. There was somebody in there who did readings, and she said, Sheila, you are a natural witch, meaning that my bloodlines, my spirit has come from an ancient line of witches who have power. This sounds arrogant. This sounds ego feeding. This sounds like I am trying to have a big head, like I'm above everybody. And I kind of rejected it back then. However, I did dip my toes into it. And there was one lesson that I learned the most while I was doing that. The more I studied what textbook theories are that they have come up with for this, like, modern times, was a bunch of bull crap. I don't usually cuss on my channel, but it was bullshit. I knew it deep down in my soul, in my gut, in my mind. If I am truly a natural, ancient, what they call witch, with ancient powers and connected to that, I am swiftly right here in the modern world and watching all of this information being diluted, and it wasn't true. So the more I looked into it, the less my powers or my intuition became. I became nothing. I became the people who walk along the streets who ignore their own powers. That's what I became. So this is where the explanation comes. I don't have the modern teachings of what you would consider a coven or a witch or a paganist. I don't have those. I rejected them. So when I go into my own learning, my own intuition, my own knowing who and what I am, I come out with different stuff. Now, with that said, I still am connected to a few covens only because I know that I can dip my toes in there, and when they are actually doing the ancient work, I will participate. But I will not participate in all of the modern day teachings. I hope this is making a lot of sense. I have a point, I promise you. So therefore, all of the readers that I connect to, I believe, are also connected to the ancient wisdom and the ancient powers of this world and beyond. Danny, for one, he is so connected to the alien, which I consider ancient wisdom, beyond the earth. Lori, Linda, Adam, Dave Johnson, Lena Rodriguez, all of them. I'm probably missing a few. However, they are connected to that ancient wisdom as well. That's the reason why I connect with them so much. And I tell you all of this to have one understanding of what just happened. When all of us were shielded from the practice of deception, I can only come up with an ancient spell that I use on myself. The ancient mirror spell. I'm not going to say this out loud. I'm not going to show you how to do it. If you want a private session with me, book one. I will tell you and I'll show you. It's very simple. But I remember doing a remote view on Vladimir Putin. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I don't remember if any of you guys watched this video, but I remember it vividly. When I was doing a remote view and I was standing next to Putin trying to figure out what's going on, the man looked at me. It took me back. The reason why it took me back is because he knows. He would not have seen me. He would not have looked at me unless he knew also this ancient wisdom. A little explanation on the mirror spell. If anybody reads on me who does not have my permission, it's a mirror spell. They are only reading on themselves. Therefore, if there is any readers out there whatsoever who is trying to throw some cards on me, trying to get an answer, if I'm good, if I have talent, or if I have this, that, and the other, it's mirrored back to you. You are only getting information about who you are. So if you do not like me because of a reading you had, you didn't have permission to do, that's on you. And if I am correct in my assessment, I do believe that Vladimir Putin knows about us. I do believe that he used that ancient wisdom of protection and cloaking the information. I do believe that now. We all couldn't have been shielded if that wasn't the truth. Therefore, I have finally came out of my emotional distress. I was incredibly emotionally unstable for a little while there. I'm not going to deny that. All stages of grief has happened to me within hours and they repeat. I 100% with my full chest and every ancient wisdom that I have of this magic know that they have cheated. Everybody knows it now. They can't cloak that anymore. They can't hide that information from us anymore. We are the awoken souls. Now, with that said, please understand that I'm going to do my best to find if there is any way of penetrating that spell of cloak of mirror and protection. There may not be any, but I'm going to find. Because I truly believe that Spirit wants us to know and who's doing evil. But you see, Spirit doesn't see evil or good. Spirit is not a judgment type of thing. He sees all of us as participating in the ancient world and in this world. I wish there was a way that, Spirit can just, zap who I want them to zap, but that's not how it works. So I'm definitely going to look into this. I want everybody to steadfast. I'm going to say this slightly, but I remember also a remote view that I had with Trump where he was a piñata and they lowered him and lowered him and lowered him. And I looked at the people who were slicing at him and taking him out was his own people. I have to think that maybe this is where we're going to see the worst of it. Thank you for everyone who has stayed and subscribed. I am asking for all of those who unsubscribed to please come back. I am in need of your energy as well in order to battle and to fight all of this that's going on. You contribute to all of our energy to do the stuff that we do. You are valued. That's what I have for right now. Steadfast. Have faith. Yeah. I can't promise wonderful and joyful days ahead, but yeah, we can prevail.